Did you know that your debts could be the key to your financial freedom? Yes, you heard that right. Instead of being a burden, they can be a great ally in your journey to build wealth. It sounds contradictory, but with the right strategy, it is possible to change the way you handle debt and use it to your advantage. In today's video, I'll show you how this is possible. If you've been struggling to get out of debt or think the only solution is to pay off everything you owe as quickly as possible, stay with me. I'll share how to change your mindset about debt and, more importantly, how to turn it into a powerful tool for your financial freedom. And believe me, you don't need to be a finance expert to start applying these strategies. I know exactly what works because I've helped many people get out of debt and achieve financial independence. Let's take the first steps together. If you're watching this video, it's likely that you've already felt the weight of debt. Whether it's from credit cards, personal loans, or financing, they seem to grow uncontrollably and can cause constant stress. Did you know that, according to research, over 60% of the Brazilian population is in debt? This means many people are facing similar struggles to yours. Now, imagine how hard it is to manage your finances when you feel like you're always chasing after paying off your debts. Each new month brings a pile of bills to pay, and it seems like the more you pay, the more they increase. This cycle of debt can be exhausting, emotionally draining, and even paralyzing, making you feel trapped. But here's the point: most people, when thinking about debt, see it as something negative, a mistake that needs to be urgently corrected. But successful people, especially those who've built wealth over time, see debt differently. They understand that, when used wisely, debt can be a powerful tool for wealth building. And that's exactly what you'll learn in this video. The good news is that it's possible to reverse this situation. You no longer have to feel like a prisoner to your debts. With a well-structured action plan, you can transform your situation and start working to create a solid foundation of wealth. Now that you understand the impact of debt and how it can dominate your financial life, it's time to discover how to turn it into a growth opportunity. Throughout this video, we'll explore 7 steps that will help you change your view on debt and use it to build a solid foundation of wealth. We'll talk about how to shift your mindset towards indebtedness, how to strategically prioritize your debts, and how to use tools like refinancing and consolidation to reduce interest rates. I'll also show you how investments can be a great ally when it comes to paying off debts and generating passive income for you. You'll also learn how to use credit wisely and the importance of financial education to make sure you're making the right decisions without falling into traps. And to inspire you even more, we'll explore success stories of people who've turned their debts into a real opportunity for growth and financial freedom. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how to transform your financial life with a simple and practical step-by-step guide that you can apply immediately. When we think of debt, most people associate it with something negative, a burden that needs to be eliminated as quickly as possible. However, successful people have a completely different view of indebtedness. For them, debts are not a prison, but a tool for leverage. Imagine the following situation: you use a loan or financing to acquire real estate or invest in a business that generates profit. Over time, this investment appreciates or starts generating passive income, like rents or dividends. The debt that initially seemed like a burden is now helping you generate more money than you paid for it. The key here is understanding that debts can be used to invest in appreciating assets. Rich people are not afraid to use credit to finance investments because they know that, by making the right decisions, the return will be much greater than the cost of the debt. So, the first step to turning your debts into wealth is to change the way you view indebtedness. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided at all costs, learn to use it as a resource to leverage your financial growth. After changing your mindset about debt, the next step is to create a strategic plan to handle it efficiently. The first thing you need to do is prioritize which debts you need to pay off first. The best way to organize this is by focusing on debts with the highest interest rates, like credit cards and overdrafts. These are the ones that grow the fastest and therefore need to be eliminated urgently. A very effective approach is the debt snowball method, where you start by paying off the smaller debts and work your way up to the larger ones. This creates a sense of accomplishment as you eliminate one debt after another, and the motivation to continue grows. If you have multiple debts, it's also worth considering consolidating them. By doing this, you can combine all your debts into one and pay a lower interest rate, making it easier to manage and pay off. Remember to create a monthly budget that reflects these priorities, ensuring that you know how much you can pay each month. The secret here is not to try to solve everything at once, but to act strategically. Each payment made in an organized manner will reduce the pressure of the debts and put you on a clearer path to financial freedom. If you're dealing with multiple debts, an excellent strategy to ease the financial pressure is to consider refinancing or consolidating your debts. Refinancing involves taking out new credit to pay off the more expensive debts and paying this new credit with lower interest rates. Consolidation is the process of grouping all your debts into one, with a single installment and reduced interest rates. This is an efficient way to reduce the impact of high interest rates that eat up a large part of your budget. For example, by consolidating your credit card or overdraft debt into a personal loan with lower interest rates, you can pay less over time, making the repayment process more sustainable. In addition, many financial institutions offer refinancing options with favorable conditions for those struggling financially. This may include renegotiating terms and reducing interest rates. By consolidating your debts, you gain more control over your finances and can focus on a single payment without the worry of paying multiple creditors. This step is crucial to give you more breathing room in your budget, ensuring that your journey to financial freedom is smoother and more organized. Now that you have a plan to prioritize and reduce your debts, it's time to think about how to generate more money to accelerate this process. One of the best ways to do this is by investing in passive income sources. Investments in assets like real estate, stocks, real estate funds, or even your own businesses can generate a steady cash flow that can be used to pay off your debts. For example, by investing in a property and renting it out, you can use the rental income to pay off a portion of your debts or even pay them off more quickly. By doing so, you're not just paying off your debts with your regular income, but you're creating additional income streams that work for you. This can dramatically speed up your debt repayment process and help you build a solid foundation of wealth over time. The key here is to use your money wisely. Investing in assets that generate income, like rental properties or dividend-paying stocks, can provide you with the funds needed to pay off your debts faster and more efficiently. The more you invest in income-generating assets, the less dependent you'll be on your regular job income. Additionally, having passive income can provide you with a sense of financial security, knowing that you're not solely relying on your wages to survive. This will give you the freedom to make smarter financial decisions without the constant pressure of living paycheck to paycheck. To wrap it all up, let's review the key points to transform your debt into an opportunity for financial freedom. Shift your mindset about debt. Instead of seeing it as a burden, use it as leverage to build wealth. Create a strategic plan to prioritize and pay off your debts, focusing on high-interest debts first. Consider consolidating or refinancing your debts to lower interest rates and make payments more manageable. Invest in passive income sources that can help you pay off your debts and build wealth over time. Educate yourself financially to make informed decisions and avoid common pitfalls. Remember, financial freedom is not an overnight process, but by following these steps, you can slowly but surely turn your debts into a stepping stone towards a brighter future. So stay focused, stay committed, and most importantly, keep believing in your ability to transform your financial life. Another example is real estate investment funds or stock dividends. These investments can provide passive monthly income without the need for you to work actively for it. The secret is to start investing as soon as possible. You don't need a large initial capital. Small investments, when made consistently, can turn into a solid income source in the long term. With these extra earnings, you not only accelerate debt repayment, but also begin to build wealth. This is what differentiates the mindset of the wealthy. Instead of just paying off debts, you create a strategy to generate more money while cleaning up your finances. It's common to think that when you're in debt, credit should be avoided at all costs. However, successful people know how to use credit strategically. They use credit not to consume, but to invest in assets that will generate a financial return in the future. For example, instead of using credit to make unnecessary purchases, you can use it to invest in something that has growth potential, like a small business or a rental property. With the returns from these investments, you can pay off the original debt and still generate additional profit. The key here is to use credit intelligently. When you take out a loan to invest in something that generates income, you are creating financial leverage. The important thing is that the return on the investment exceeds the cost of the credit, including the interest. However, before using credit in this way, it's essential to have a good understanding of what you're doing. Always carefully analyze how the credit will be used and what the potential return is. With the right strategy, credit can be a valuable tool for building wealth. One of the biggest barriers to getting out of debt and achieving financial freedom is a lack of financial education. Many people struggle because they don't understand the basic concepts of personal finance, such as compound interest, budgeting, and investing. Without this knowledge, financial decisions tend to be reactive and often impulsive, which worsens the situation. The good news is that financial education is not something complex or inaccessible. There are many sources of information, books, courses, videos, and even podcasts that offer vast content in an accessible way. By investing time in learning about finances, you gain the power to make smarter decisions and avoid financial traps. Furthermore, with financial education, you learn how to control your consumption impulses, create effective budgets, and plan for retirement. This will not only help you get out of debt more quickly, but also prevent you from falling into the same trap again in the future. Knowledge is the key to achieving financial freedom and true wealth. So always seek to learn more about finances. The more you know, the easier it will be to make decisions that will benefit your financial health in the long run. Now, to inspire you even more, let's talk about some real stories of people who managed to turn their debts into opportunities for growth. These examples show how it's possible to change your financial trajectory, even when the scenario seems unfavorable. One example is Joao, who was drowning in credit card debt and personal loans. He decided to use part of his salary to invest in a financial education course, and with that, he began to understand how he could reorganize his finances. Joao renegotiated his debts, prioritized those with the highest interest, and began investing in a real estate fund that started generating passive income. Today, in addition to having paid off his debts, he has an investment portfolio that ensures his financial stability. Another inspiring case is Anna, who used credit to buy a property to rent. Even with some debt initially, she saw the property as an opportunity to generate extra income. Over time, she paid off the mortgage and turned that asset into a source of passive income that ensured her financial independence. These stories show that, with knowledge, planning, and perseverance, anyone can get out of debt and build wealth. Now, I want you to reflect for a moment. You are in control of your financial situation, and every step you take towards transforming your debts into wealth is bringing you closer to financial freedom. Remember, it doesn't matter where you are today, but where you are going. The process may seem challenging, but as we've seen, it's entirely possible with the right strategies. Every small action you take, whether it's paying off a debt, investing in financial education, or starting to generate passive income, is a step forward towards your goal. The challenges you face today are just disguised opportunities, and with the right mindset, they can be the springboard to your financial success. And never forget, the journey to financial freedom is ongoing. It's not about a single destination, but a path of learning and adaptation. Every step counts. Sometimes, just starting is what you need to change everything. I know you can achieve your financial goals. Just take the first step and stay firm on that path. You have the power to change your financial reality and transform your debts into something much bigger than a burden, an opportunity. If you've made it this far and are already feeling more confident about turning your debts into a wealth opportunity, then it's time to act. What you've learned in this video isn't just theory, it's practical strategies you can apply right now. The journey to financial freedom starts with the first step, and that step is within your reach. I want you to commit to taking that step today. If you already have a plan to organize your debts, start putting it into practice. If you're not investing yet, open an account with a broker and start with whatever you can. The important thing is not to wait for a perfect moment, because it will never come. The right moment is now. And if you found these tips valuable, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive more content that will help you achieve your financial freedom. And most importantly, share this video with someone who also needs to change their financial situation. Together, we can transform many lives. I'm here to support you on this journey. So, what will your first step be? Leave a comment below telling us what you're going to do to transform your debts into wealth. Let's talk and motivate each other.